that is the key question, isn't it? Why? I don't know. Again, without being, I'm sort of ignorant in terms of finances and things like that. Property could be, investments could be an attractive proposition. This, much hinted at ground move. I don't know how appealing. I know, is it Altivice, the company that famously everyone's watched that LinkedIn video probably about 1 million times, all from sort of the Birkenhead area. I don't know if people are there trying to get investors and said, look, there's real prime real estate in this area. You'll get this ROI on this investment if you come in with us now. I don't know if that's appealing. I mentioned before, Tacopina does seem like a passionate man. He does seem like he enjoys football. So, that might be part of it. He might just genuinely, like football. But and that's the crux of it, is the why. Look, I've said, I've been on this podcast many times, Matt, and I've criticised Palios purely on footballing decisions, because I think his footballing decisions for a long time, probably since that Morecambe game we've just referenced, but even before then, have been, the bad before then have been so bad. I think the string of managers, you look at Keith Hill, the Ian Dawes appointment, which was just insulting, and then basically his friends come in and done a job since then. I don't think he's had the nous. I don't think he's had, which I've been calling for years, just to get some external voices in to say, look, Mark, maybe you should go this way and do things differently. The football decisions have let him down so much. And people say, oh, it's great in hindsight, but it's not hindsight when you're calling it out at the time and you know beforehand that it's going to be poor. But financially, and in terms of the genuine care for the club, I've never questioned that. I've always said, look, he genuinely cares about the club, and surely he won't just pass us on to anyone. And I think that's what you've got to still believe. Surely he's done his due diligence with this. I don't know how desperate the finances are again. I know we haven't got the biggest budget in the world. I know when even in League Two, I know we're struggling financially. So unless it's become that bad that Palios has got to the stage now where it's like, look, I just need to move it on. These guys are the ones that have shown the biggest interest, and I'm just going to move them on, which could be the case. I hope it's not, but I suppose it could be. Then unless that's the case, you've got to just have faith in him. And he's gone through the why with them, and he explained, look, this is a club that it's a family club. It's at the heart of its community. Russ mentioned before the work they do in the community. That's definitely been one of the better sides for us for a number of years. And it's a very important, it's a very important thing on the Wirral for the people. And he's got that message across to the prospective owners. I can only hope he's done that, and I can only hope they've taken that message on board. As for the why, it's impossible to say, isn't it? I would presume if these so-called rumours about NFL players have come on board, it's because they've been told, you invest this, you're going to make this amount on your return on investment for property. I watch the NFL. I doubt Garrett Wilson and Max Crosby have ever heard of, even know there's football divisions below the Premier League. I doubt they've never heard of Tranmere Rovers.
Do you mean they weren't watching the game against Grimsby?
Well, shocking, I know. I wish I wasn't, but yeah, I don't think they would have been. So yeah, again, it's not romantic, is it? The thought of that, it's not what we all want. We want them to care passionately, but it's 2024, and I think, I would accept them not really caring if it means Tranmere are performing on the field and getting better, and the fans are coming back, and there's hope and optimism restored, and we're seeing a better caliber of player. I personally wouldn't be bothered. But yeah, the why is a massive concern, Matt, to me. And again, until we get confirmation that this takeover has gone through and we get it all explained, what the plans in, I don't just want plans for the next 3-4 years. I'm talking like you've just said, what's going to happen in 5, 10, 15 years? Because football's changing. It changes all the time. We've got PSR rules now and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think there'll be people on this consortium, I would imagine, that are very wealthy, that just care about making some money back. And Tacopina is the front man, and I would hope the why for him is that he genuinely likes football and he wants to take an interest in English football, and he's been to some Tranmere games and he's seen the passion of the SWA and he wants to be part of it. But yeah, again, as fans, we can just, I guess all we can do is hope for the best.